Okay, so I'm waiting on YouTube to make sure everybody has notifications so we can talk. Let me get comfortable. Allow me to get comfortable while everybody comes in. Okay. This should give everyone an opportunity to get here. Hopefully, notifications go out and everybody is made aware that we're live over here. Hey, happy birthday, Edwin, friend of Minty. Hey, Jackie Gaines. What's up, sis? Good to see you. Y'all hit the like button as you come in. Just wanted to kind of pick everybody's brain about a couple of things that are going on and talk about a couple of things that are happening. Hey, DS, what's going on? Just so y'all know, I'm not going to stay on here very long, but I did want to go over a couple of things and talk about a couple of things that are happening. I really, really do. So I want to discuss this big beautiful bill, which to me is a crazy name, just because I don't really do crazy names. But I guess everybody is different. It is what it is. I don't really care what you call a bill. I'm more interested in what's in the bill. Y'all, please hit the like button, double tap the screen, or hit your three buttons at the top, and give me a heart, please. And I think it'll let y'all do bubbles. I don't know. If it don't let you do bubbles, then that's cool. Yeah, you can do bubbles here. Send up some bubbles too. I need engagement. Okay. So anyway, and if you're new, please subscribe so I can get my numbers up over here. I don't go live on this channel quite as much, but we're gonna talk about this big beautiful bill, um, and some of the feedback that it's getting, which is kind of crazy to me. From what I can see, I don't see a lot of bad in the bill. I see some stuff that I'm kind of like iffy about, but I don't see a lot of bad. I see a whole lot of things that a lot of us ask for in the bill. So that's why I'm just kind of like, I'm kind of confused as to why we're getting the feedback and we're hearing some of the talking points we're hearing about the bill. Hey, Braden, how are you? Hey, Bonnie. Oh, no, Monk. Is that how you say your name? I don't do rap music over here. I don't, but you're welcome. You're definitely welcome to hang out with us. So, like I was saying, when it comes to the big beautiful bill, there was some things I took notes. Y'all know I'm always taking notes. Thank you, DS. I'm always taking notes. And there were some highlights in this bill that I think were really, really great. There was one thing in particular that the House put in the bill that the Senate took out of the bill. Um, oh, thank you. Please hang out with me. That the Senate took out of the bill that I was trying to figure out why would y'all even take it out of the bill? Like, why would y'all do that? Davidson, behave yourself or we will have you removed, okay? Hey, Penelope. So hold on one second. I want to put something in the chat. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm trying to do something. So y'all have to forgive me. I don't know what to do. I was trying to put my information in the chat in case anybody wanted my information, but I don't really know how to do what I need to do. Okay? Hey, Zunar. So look, anywho, let's get into why we're here. Let me get my notes, right? Because I want to know what y'all think. So first of all, right? What I saw that was whatever y'all do, do not delete B. I don't know who B is. I don't know who B is, but I don't want him deleted. Leave him here because I would love to know why he's calling me Auntie Tom for talking about a bill. Like, you do realize in order for things to become law, they have to be bills first, and our legislative branch has to sit down and go over this stuff and figure out what they're putting in, what they're taking out. Should I not be concerned with what's going on with the country I live in? What exactly is making you call me out of my name? Hey, Alexa. Hey, Sarah. You saw someone in LA half bald. Well, did you give them a hat? JJ713. I said, like, pretty much any bill that I see, I'm usually gonna have mixed emotions because that's just who I am. I saw some things that I thought were really cool. I saw some things that made me like, why did y'all take that out? Because y'all know it's more than one version of the bill, which is the biggest issue to me. Because you had what the House passed, and then the Senate started taking stuff out, and some of the stuff they took out was confusing. I'm just being honest. Why would there be Crips in the Philippines, G. Paclarin? And why would you want me to shout out Crips in the Philippines? Out of everything that you could copy from American culture, that's what you chose to copy? I'm only asking. Thank you, Billy. I think. Hi, Eric. Hey, Solar. I don't know. Some guy just popped in and called me Auntie Tom. And I'm like, I don't even have an auntie named Tom. What are you saying? Michelle said things are supposed to get bad. God said so. Well, yes, that's true. But until, the things that are in Revelation start coming to play and start happening, we still got to survive. So we still have to make good decisions. And I think we should still pay attention to what the devil, our government, is doing with our money. Okay, so JJ713 says, see, this is what I like. I like when y'all talk to me. So JJ says, the taxes and tips is limited till 2028. As someone who works, I guess someone, autocorrect be getting y'all. As someone who works with and advocates for individuals with disabilities, these cuts to Medicare are concerning. Well, see, I saw cuts to Medicaid. I didn't see the Medicare part. Maybe I need to go look. Hi, Tracy Greenwood from England. Solar Aesthetic, you're funny. Well, Michelle, if you want to go to a channel where we're not talking about anything going on in the natural world, they are out there. But right now I'm talking about it. Hey, look, I am not your baby mama. I'm somebody's wife. God bless you. Right. Jesus is God. I like your name too. We do have to pay attention to what's going on in the world. Thank you, Victoria Greenfield, because I'm like, I didn't see any cuts to Medicare. And I want to talk about that too. Hey, William Jones, welcome. Rob Bay says, Mexican American man here, proud to be an American. The USA is my home. I would never want to go to Mexico again. I feel you. No one said the hospital closures will affect everyone who's seeking health care. Okay, so explain to me the hospital closures, because, I come here to hear what you think and to say what I think. But the first thing I wanted to say and try to get y'all's feedback on, why are there so many, hey, Kate Spainhauer from Texas, why are there so many talking points and narratives about stuff that's in the bill that are not actually in the bill? And do y'all think that's strange? Because I do. I think it's weird. And I think I'm starting to pick up a pattern. And I have theories, but I don't want to say too much. I'm doing good, William. How are you? Hey, Dennis Hennigan. Right, Victoria. I don't see any hospitals closing. Okay, wait. H. Bassett says, I've heard there are billions of dollars set aside for rural hospitals. I heard that too. Michelle says that's because people be lying about Trump all the time. Okay, now let me ask y'all this. Fair question, right? That's for everybody. I don't care who you vote for. I don't believe in partisan politics. I believe in, let's pay attention to what's going to hurt us and what's not. Okay. Um, how in the world is Turkish silk a little Richard sash? Like, please get a life. Anyway, do y'all think it's as simple as people lying on Trump? Or is it possible that there's a bigger conspiracy? I think there is a bigger conspiracy, y'all. I'm going to just be honest. Hey, Arlene Lugo, welcome. What happened to my face? I was born with it. What happened to yours? I think there's a bigger conspiracy. I'm just being honest. Thank you, Jackie. Jackie sees what I see. I think there is a much, much bigger conspiracy. Hey, Bobby. Thank you. Bobby agrees with me, too. And the reason I say that is because I think that, Jello, I'm pro me. I'm pro American. And I hope you're pro you. Like, please think outside of that. Some of this stuff we're seeing with people like freaking out and making everything, are you with Trump or against Trump? I think it's deeper than that. I think it's deeper than that. I think what we see going on is people trying to get us to focus on Trump and, like, how do I want to put it? Polarize this person's existence. Like, if he exists at all in this timeline where he exists, if anybody who does not hate Trump, you automatically have to be some kind of racist, or like, it's crazy work and it don't make sense. And I feel like the people who are pushing these ideas, they're not interested in fighting racism. They're not interested in any of the stuff they claim that this person represents being against. I think that they have a different agenda, and anything that he may do that's against their agenda, they put everything under this shelf, so you have to automatically oppose whatever is happening, even without researching it, even without reading what's going on. Hey, Edward, hi. Y'all get what I'm saying? I think something bigger is going on here. And I think that the minute people figure out that something bigger is going on, the powers that be, and I think those powers are actually bigger than our government, they're going to be in trouble when people actually figure it out. Okay? Oh, Aaron says I'm out of my mind. Why are you telling me to get out of here? Why don't you just leave? That's so silly. I think honestly, I think there's something bigger going on. JJ713 got a sheep. You could put all the sheep you want to. I love, 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 love wool and cashmere. I'm just saying, something is weird. I've been alive long enough that I can recognize when the people who are really in power are manipulating the situation. Kavya, oh, I like your name. Kavya says, think about this. It's a division between us, the middle class versus the rich. It's another way to keep the poor poor with growing wealth. Wealth. If he cut health, it leads to us paying higher health bills. But he didn't cut health. That's not what happened. I'm going to get to the notes in a minute, but I really want to see what y'all saying. Big Smoke. Hi, Big Smoke. Why would you rather believe in big conspiracy than simply Trump is an inadequate president? But see, I think it's something more than that, because, okay, let's just say that he's inadequate. I mean, I'm not his auntie or his first cousin. I don't have to defend him with my life. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, if you believe he's inadequate, right? Which you believe that. That's your belief, right? If you believe that, which is cool, if that's what you believe, is he the first inadequate president we've had? Answer that. And if he's not the first inadequate president that we've had, according to what you believe, why is this the response only to this president? That's all I'm saying. Allow yourself to consider that maybe they're playing in your face. That's all I'm saying. JJ, I'm not saying that he needs to be vilified. I'm simply saying we have not had one U.S. president who has not had negative attributes. We've never had one. We've never had one. So my question is, Yes, Edward, I'm a married lady for many years. But why is it that we have, like, we're seeing this? It's almost like a media push for everybody to have this huge negative reaction to this guy. Like, people like me, I'm not in love with anybody. I only want to talk about the facts. And I have been, even on my platform, I've been attacked just because I'm not interested in attacking this man. I think something's wrong. Hey, Cindy Newton, welcome. I think it's weird. Hi, Chris Negro. Hope I said that right. Hey, Mohammed. Brian Johnston. I don't have an idea, which is why I'm asking you. You see, do you see how triggered people get? All you got to do is just ask questions. That's all you got to do. It's almost like whoever is doing the manipulation of the media and the story and the programming, they have people so triggered and so manipulated that you can get attacked for just asking questions. Freddie Mac says he's a racist and holds many racist values and beliefs. And if you personally support that kind of person or can't call out his racism, it's probably because you're racist. Now, Freddie, that's an interesting thought process, right? So, we're in America, which is a system that was built on racism. Let's just be honest. This is what America is. We've evolved. We're not as bad as we used to be. So, then should we be angry with every person who is a part of the same system that was built on racism and people who benefit from racism at all? Should we be angry with everybody? At what point do we say we're one country and we got to survive as one country? We're not going to be able to survive split down the middle as two separate countries. We just can't do it. Thank you, Nicholas. Welcome. Oh, this person said I'm Dave Chappelle's therapist. I never wanted to be a therapist, but shout out to therapists. I'm going to go ahead and block you, though, because you're unhappy. And I don't want to upset you. Big Smoke says, when do the excuses for Trump's billionaire leadership stop? Well, I don't think we should make excuses. I think as the American public, we should pay attention. We should research. We should ask questions. We should criticize when there's something to criticize. We should ask for things to change when something needs to be changed. I just don't feel like we should be so focused on we need to attack one person that we don't pay attention to what's going on. Diane DeMarco says, as I'm scrolling by, I hear you say, or do you think there's a bigger picture? And let me tell you, there's definitely a bigger picture. I think so too. And welcome, Diane. I think so too. Hey, Krista Jones. JJ713, I actually don't drink Kool-Aid. And my highest level of education, I'm a degree holder. My husband has 3. Okay. Contrary to the new spin, everyone who's not running around being unhinged and crazy and leftist, it doesn't mean we're not educated. Doesn't mean that at all. Okay. Ninja Chongo, I hope I'm saying your name right, says Alligator Alcatraz is a concentration camp. And how did you arrive at that thought? Because I want to know. Shark Ski Life says, always a bigger picture. This is a smoke screen going on. That's what I think, Shark Ski. Welcome. I think something else is going on. Honestly. Well, bye, Aaron. Let me go ahead and block you so you don't ever, disturb yourself again. On my platform, this is a place where I want people to be able to talk together and get along and reason. And I think it should be okay for people to disagree with each other without name calling and being rude and acting crazy. Okay. Jack Raintree says, poor people are needed. In fact, we don't have enough poor people without the poor being wealthy. Isn't any fun? Okay, I think I get what you're saying, but I don't understand why you're saying that. Richard B.M. says, we have never had an adequate president yet. I agree with that. Richard, I like you. Richard, I like you. I don't think so. I don't think we've ever had a president that we can say is adequate. I don't think so. I think all of them have deficiencies. And I think that the only intelligent thing to do is to try to work with who's in power at the time, throwing a fit because your favorite person didn't win, and then like trying to work against the person who's in charge is not smart to me. Y'all look at them in the chat. Like, we're blocking them, but I'm kind of letting them hang out a little bit before I block them because I really want y'all to see like these people are triggered and they are not healthy. They're not healthy. Like somebody like JJ713, we disagree, but I can work with JJ because at least JJ is telling me what he thinks. And then I can say what I think. And then, we may come to some type of thing that we both agree on, or we may agree to disagree, and that's cool too. JJ said, why is he being singled out? He's literally doing things that no other president has done. That's true. That's true. But let's talk about some of the things he's doing that no other president has done. Some of the things that he's doing that none of them has done is probably some good stuff. Have you considered that? I'm not saying that you're right or I'm wrong or whoever, or vice versa. I'm just saying the things that he's doing that no one else has done. Have you considered that some of those things might be pretty good? Just saying, think it over. Hey, Mike Stu. Well, that's what I wanted to get to. I took some notes on some stuff that I thought was pretty good in the bill. And I was trying to get some of y'all's comments first because I hate to miss what people are saying. Like, I really want to, like, I come on here specifically to find out what y'all think. And sometimes what I be thinking, a lot of times the things that I think, I sit back and I'm like, am I crazy? So at least if I talk to people, then I'll know if I'm really crazy or if some of y'all think like I think, right? Maybell or Mabel Calvo says, universe is working for us. We got to receive the change. The things were hidden now are everywhere. Yeah. Well, I believe in God. I don't really do the universe, but I feel you. Um, Nicole Budget says he played the people who supported him. I think the people who supported him, a lot of them are getting just what they voted for, and they're very happy. Now, I think some of the, immigrant voters maybe didn't get what they asked for, and maybe some other groups within there, but I think that Trump supporters are a large group of people. Oh, you know what's funny is you got people saying that Trump is racist, but you got people that support him that are racist. One of them was in the chat saying that I have family who uses food stamps, I guess because I'm black. But this is what I'm seeing a lot with, you know, Democrats. Like, it's crazy. Some of us used to be Democrat back when Kennedy was, Democrat, Kennedy Democrats, which is crazy because it's like the people who are saying they're Democrats, thank you, Kate, and they're on the left, honey, they are more racist than anybody I've ever seen. Like, than anyone I've ever seen. Like, for real, it's crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like it in my life. In my life, I've never seen anything like it. I don't know who you are, great one. I never compared Trump to Kennedy. Are those drugs that you're on? Are they drugs? It's okay if they are. I won't judge you. Mm-hmm. Well, okay, Patricia. Patricia says, in a year, I hope you won't need health care. Okay, so this is what I thought I understood. Um, Timothy Davis, just go away. What do you mean? Who told you I was a history teacher? We're talking, we're sharing thoughts, everybody's talking. Relax. Jimmy White said probably some cheap drugs he's on. Probably. Probably. Apolline, hi. So, Ooh, Truth Keeper. Truth Keeper says America needs to stop being so dang negative. The hate is real. What's better about Americans now versus 2010s? I don't see it. Somebody told me to get a skin routine. Lord have mercy. My skin is good to be as old as I am. So, this is what I thought that I saw in the bill. This is what I thought I saw, right? So, you're right, Unfiltered Bloom. No, Timothy, I'm talking about what's going on now. I don't have to do anything. Let me help you out. Thank you, Cassandra. So, anyway, this is what I thought I understood. Okay, so I thought I understood that the Medicaid was going to have cuts, not Medicare. And I think that I got that right, right? And I was under the impression, or I think what I read, what and I did see SNAP cuts, but I think it was more like work requirements for SNAP for the people who are getting SNAP or food stamps and stuff. I think there are work requirements. So I didn't think that was bad. I didn't think that was bad at all. Right. Mini docs. I think it's nuanced. Also, I saw that he was phasing out the. Oh, hey, Queena. Wait. Queena. Let me put a wrench on you, girl. Thank you, sis. So I saw that he's phasing out the clean energy credits in favor of traditional industries. I didn't think that was bad. Um, right, Unfiltered. I just didn't think it was bad. I didn't. Um, Let me see. Now, raising the debt limit by 4 trillion, that was a little, that one kind of made me nervous. I get why it may have been necessary, but that one made me a little nervous. Just a little. H. Bassett said one of the things I read in the bill is everyone you claim for benefits, you have to list a social security number for them. I think that they should be doing that anyway, don't you? I think so. I completely think so. What else do I have in my notes? Okay. So the tax cuts on the overtime and tips and stuff like that and Social Security, the tax cuts on that, I thought that was good. I thought that was really a good thing. Um right, Dwayne. I don't think that should be new. Okapi Farms, that's exactly who I'm talking about. I'm not saying he's going to be a deported, but I do want to talk about what's going on around Zohran in New York because those people are saying they're going to investigate his papers to see if he lied on his papers so they can deport him. I do want to talk about that. Why am I insane for wanting to talk about something that's happening? Let me get you out of here. Like, I really, moderators, go for it. Moderators, go for it. Because I don't have time. I want to know what people think, but I don't really care to have people that just want to argue for the sake of arguing. Jeremy, I didn't say it was a good thing. I said that raising that debt ceiling made me nervous, which means it's not something that I felt great about. I guess I can get why they felt like they needed to, but it made me nervous. It made me nervous. So, it's just kind of it's one of those things, like you can't get everything you want, and I think that's part of government. I think that's why you don't get I think that's why you don't get a lot of really great people that are politicians, because in order to get what you want passed, you got to agree to some stuff that you may not like. Herky Jerky says it all goes back to common sense. I agree. But I think that's why you don't get a whole lot of really super great people in politics, because a lot of us, me included, we can be idealists. We want things to be right. And unfortunately, there are people who are in the government, who are in the legislative branch, who may not want things to be right. And unfortunately, they can refuse to, vote for something that you want to get passed that can actually help people. And you may have to agree to some of the things that those not so nice people want in order to get them to vote for what you want. So, like, I would never work in politics. I'm just not that kind of person. Like, I'm not good at compromising on a lot of stuff. I'm not. I'm just being honest. Like, I can compromise in conversation, right? Great, when you got to give and take, and I'm not good at that, so I would never be a politician. So, even though I don't think politicians are great people, thank you, 008. Even though I don't think politicians are great people, I don't go too crazy over it, because it's like, I guess they kind of have to not be great people in order to do what they need to do. And that's true, Sophia. Most of them are career politicians. Thank you, Unfiltered. Let me put a wrench on you too. So if you see somebody doing something bad, you can get them out of here. I didn't mean to do that. Wait. Let me get her back, because I was trying to give her a wrench. Okay. So, Unfiltered Bloom, you got a wrench, girl. Go for it. Adrian says, will this bill be messing with SSI? I don't think so. I didn't read anything that said that, but these bills have a lot of pages, okay? I agree, follower of Christ. I love your name. They definitely need term limits. I think so. Patricia Parada says, well, I don't think healthcare isn't getting any less expensive. I don't think that tax cut will help you pay for your healthcare. Late night kicking, if you don't know or don't 100% understand, you're helping cause confusion. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's what I saw. RF was tax cuts for Social Security recipients, right? So something else that I did see that I did like, and I'm not saying that there's some things that you won't like, and like I said, there's no way to get a bill passed that doesn't have some stuff in it that's not great, right? Let's focus on what was good. I thought the work requirements for SNAP were perfectly fine. I saw the 83 billion in increased funding for the VA. I thought that was great. I thought that was really great. Robert, you're gonna get blocked. Of course, I have a mustache. Not Robert. I'm sorry, darling. That was KB. Yeah, get on up out of here. I'm old. You better hope you live to be old. Old women go through menopause. We get facial hair. Grow up. Queen of the Night. I don't not support Zohran or Zoran, or however the hell you say his name. I just wanted to talk about what I saw a GOP representative saying about Zohran. So I don't have to have a problem with him to report what somebody said. Like, y'all got to get out of this mindset that politics um is some kind of stand culture. Like these are not stand wars. These are people that we're voting for to put in positions of authority that affect the way we live our lives. These people affect laws, funding. So this stand culture, like if somebody wears blue or somebody wears red, we gotta like hate the other team. Please grow up. These people affect our lives. Please stop it. Literally, stop it. Anne says there are good things about the bill. The problem is most of it won't go through. Well, was not the bill signed? Was it not? Josiah said, I look 30. I have children that are 30. Mm-hmm. Queen of the Night said, asking that Zohran not be deported isn't stand culture, it's the right thing to do. I'm not asking for anything. I just wanted to report on what was being said. I'm not a stan. I am not a Democrat stan. I'm not a Republican stan. I'm not a stan. Not somebody came in here to call somebody a monkey. I keep telling y'all, these people who saying they're Democrats, they're more racist than anybody. Victoria, please tell them. Rocky, thank you for saying I look 29. God gonna bless you for me. I haven't looked 29 in a very long time. Thank you, Cockatoo. Queen of the Night says fair enough, but it's still worrying that they're trying to deport a citizen. Well, what was said, and I'll get back to what else I liked in the bill, right? What was said, thanks, Alejandro. What was said was, let me go to the notes. There's going to be a Department of Justice probe, and they're going to check his paperwork to see if he lied on any of his documentation to get citizenship. That's what they're saying. Hi, George. So that's what they're saying. I thought it was very interesting. The things that I've heard about him, I haven't heard anything great. I've heard some things that were very disturbing. But none of my business. I don't live in New York. I've never lived in New York. Not being funny, but that ain't really my business. I just know PJ Johnson, it's the Dems who have come in here and called me all sorts of names and monkeys and stuff. So, please ask them to leave me alone. Stop policing my response to racism. Instead, ask people to stop calling me racial slurs. Maybe start there. Okay? Start there. I agree with you, AK Cat 83. Nobody is above the law. If he lied and they catch him, I don't know what y'all want me to do. I just wanted to report that that's what happened. Honestly. Victoria says he was not born here. Robert and Melania didn't lie on anything. What are you on about? Ooh. Ooh. Hi, poet. Welcome. Great One says, do not believe what people tell you. You go to the research yourself. Please, people, don't listen to others. No, I don't think we should listen to others, but I think we should all research. And I think that now more than ever, we should sit down with each other and kind of like talk about things, because I think the whole idea with this bigger picture that I think I'm seeing is for us to kind of try to operate like a country that's split down the middle. Like it's not one America. It's this America. It's like America, and then it's supposed to be this like bizarro version of America that exists parallel, that somehow hates America, and even having the flag is racist. All this weird stuff, and I'm just like, what in the, like, what am I looking at? And it bothers me. It just kind of bothers me that nobody else sees this. Like, or am I the only one that sees it? Do y'all see it too? Because I kind of do. Mini Dop says search source material and validity. Yeah, definitely. But I think that Thank you, History Bites. It's weird. It's weird. Freddie Mac said, "No, it's not. You're just not looking into it." I am looking into it. That's why I'm mentioning it. Okay, so this, yeah, I was about to say thank you for getting rid of this person because, like, why are you angry at me for talking to people and asking questions? Are we not all Americans? Or am I not allowed to be an American? It's usually Democrats who feel like black people are not allowed to care about America. I suppose I'm only supposed to listen to rap music and say go Kamala because she told people she was black. Newsflash, I'm an American. Thank you, Anne. Repair and Support says, I am Republican and I live in New York. I wish you were my neighbor, as most of my neighbors are not intelligent like you are. Thank you for being a free thinker. Thank you for accepting me as a free thinker. Minnie Dove says, crazy pride, everyone sees it. Okay, so everybody sees it. Okay, so at least I'm not crazy. Hi, Kenneth. Yeah, let's get you out of here. Like, literally, mods, do your thing. If you see somebody saying something crazy, get them out. Okay, Minnie Dove says, truly, everyone does see what you say in this regard. I'm serious now. Okay, thank you. And Deborah, let's just get you out of here because you worried about my eyelashes while you sit in that picture looking like a very cranky beach ball. Goodbye. Like that's the whole thing. It's like, why is everybody so hostile? Like everything about this scenario that we're in right now looks wrong. Everything about it looks wrong. Everything. Okay, Kenneth, we're going to get you going too because you don't know how to engage in a conversation without being weird. Like, don't be weird. Sophia Farah, thank you, girl. They need Jesus. Absolutely. And Ann says it's a great chat. Thank you, because this is what we come here to do. So the people who have been here before, y'all know what we do. Please like the video. Please send up bubbles. Please subscribe so you can come back. A lot of days we don't have as many trolls, so we can actually talk about stuff, and we don't always agree, but we can talk, right? Um, okay, Apolline, I got you. Great one said they need manners, not Jesus. Can we not have manners and Jesus? Jesus had manners. Can we have manners and Jesus? I will. I'm going to be completely transparent. This is a Christian platform. Like we talk about politics, but I'm very much Christian. We are absolutely pro Jesus over here. Now you can like or dislike, your political leaders, and that's great. Jesus is non-negotiable on this platform. So if Jesus offends you, maybe you're not in the right place. Like I won't make you leave or anything, but you may get offended because you're never going to be able to disrespect our Lord and Savior on this platform and not get blocked. Just so you know. Okay, Queen of the Night said, what looks correct to you? Just curious. I believe in widespread grassroots consensus democracy. What about yourself? I think that would be great. But I will say this. I think that would be great. But then we got to consider that a lot of people have the right idea about things, but certain topics, certain situations, the majority can swing in a way that you may not like. And then you got to deal with what we're dealing with now. Like, look at what's going on with deportation, right? So they poll the public and they'll see that like 80% of the people are in agreement, 20% don't like it, right? And so then what happens is that 20% is still a huge number of people. And so then they feel like the world is being unfair or like the country is being unfair when in reality, if the majority rules, like truly the majority, the consensus rules, then we got a situation where the minority wants to control what the majority gets to do. And that's kind of the thing. That's why, like, when you look at right AK Cat, yeah, a very vocal 20%. So, when we see the majority wants to go one way, then what do we do? What do we do? Because we still have a lot of people that are very unhappy because the majority doesn't agree. Hubert says politicians all over the world plays with humans like games of chess. I agree with that. All we can do is sit back and watch the show. Well, kinda, but not really. The reason I say kinda, because at least in this country we have the ability to vote out or vote against people who get in office and show us that they really will put us in danger, and maybe vote for somebody that we can kind of cross our fingers and hope they won't. But I get exactly what you're saying. Snowstorm says, and the minority circumvented the laws to allow these people in. I don't know about that. Oh, you mean the people that now have to be deported? Because, yeah, on that, absolutely. Cassandra, I don't know who the 20% are. Like what their demographic would be. I don't know. Queen of the Night says, so perhaps something without politicians, like grassroots consensus democracy. Most of the early churches operated on a grassroots network, which is true. Hey, Ragnar. I'm an old married lady, but thank you. Herky jerky, yes, the majority should rule. But now listen, the only problem with, hey, Rhonda, with, the church model is that the church can be corrupted so easily. Like we saw that, even all through the Bible. We saw that, right? So even if without politicians, the majority rules, what happens when the minority doesn't like what the majority is doing? Then we still end up with these breaks and these schisms. And that's what's happening right now. We're literally living in a timeline where we got two Americas. Brian Toller, I agree. Now, Brian says, we will be fine, y'all, long as you have a relationship with God. Overall, yes. Miss Marie, I agree. Constitution and amendments matter. They do. They do matter. But the problem is with any law, you got to deal with the people's interpretation of the law. You got the letter of the law, and you got people that want to argue the spirit of the law. So then you got to look at all of that. Sophia says, oh, yes, most are corrupted today, too. Yeah, the church has been infiltrated by the enemy, being honest. I agree with AK Cat. Tanya Park says majority wanted slavery and segregation as well. But did it really? Let's be honest. If the majority really wanted that, that's probably what would have happened. Like we can't be so negative about everything. I agree with what you're saying somewhat, but we can't look at the world through that lens all the time. Jason Boyd, hi Jason, says I think stuff should be done the right way. Rules and laws should be followed, but people want to do what they want to do. I agree with that too. Mm-hmm. Miss Marie says majority rule is democracy. Majority rule can take rights away. Mm, possibly. Possibly. It can change what is considered a right. That's the thing. So, Mike Larry says we all know who had the land first. Well, that's true, Mike Larry. But you know what else is true? That's true all over the world. There were wars and whatnot and invasions that shaped the entire globe. The entire globe. So, you know, There's that, right? JF says good luck to those on Medicaid. Says why care if you took it from them? I didn't take anything from anybody. I mean, I'm old, but I'm not that old. I'm. Mike says most middle class retirees already don't pay taxes on Social Security. Only the super rich will benefit. The big losers in this bill are those who are 55 years to 64 and not financially stable. Okay. Queen of the Night, when I say the enemy has infiltrated the church, who would be the enemy of the church, dear? I'm not being funny. I just want you to think about that. Who would be the enemy of God's church? Cassandra says, I don't think it has ever been a single America, always divided, in my opinion. Yeah, see, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that that's overstating matters a bit. JF says, yes, the majority wanted slavery and segregation. There was polling in this. Hey, Kawal. Freddie Make says, why do you think the Klan still exists? Because some people still hate people. And as much as most of us know that it's wrong to be hateful, we can't control what's in somebody else's heart. And if they get together with other people who are hateful, ta-da, Klan, right? Herky jerky, we do need time limits. Christine said, I disagree. There are divided people amongst a mostly united country. I don't understand what you're saying. I think I get what you're saying, but I'm not sure. Connor, I just talked about what was reported on the news. Don't be angry with me and telling me to go 2 seconds on Google. I thought we got past all of the angry, triggered, over emotional, reactionary people. Melissa, hi Melissa. She says, remember, we're not a democracy, but a republic. That is true. You know what else, y'all? That's why I always thought it was strange that they kept, the whole byline that, oh, we're taking democracy to different places. If we're not a democracy, how are we taking democracy to other places, right? Mm. Mike, I don't know what you mean. Right, followers of Christ. Land gets conquered, nations are formed. Once they're formed, they have their own social contracts and rule of law. And America is no exception to that. Who is this person? Shame to your ancestors. I seriously dispute that. My ancestors, as you say, the dead folks in my family, wanted me to be honest, to be logical, and tell the truth. So maybe your ancestors wanted you to tell lies based on emotion. I wasn't raised like that. Great One says, no, not every country has wars. Many, many countries never attacked a single country and never had a war. Well, congratulations to them. All right, Cassandra, we can't rewrite nothing. We just have to move forward. Like at this point, the rule of law, when it comes to the whole immigration thing, there's rules. You got to follow the rules. Minnie Dobbs says we're both. I'm with you. I feel you. Great One says the best people are the ancestors. Yep, I hear you. John Rangi says we're both. Okay, welcome. My thing is this: at the end of the day, there's rules. You got a country, there is a social contract, which is the rule of law. If you want to be a part of that country, then, you know, at some point you got to agree to the rule of law in that place. And a great way to do that is not by breaking in illegally. It's just not. It's not. Australian POV. Hilarious is what US politics is. It's highly entertaining to watch safely from a functioning society. If that's how you feel, Mr. Australian, God bless you. Follower of Christ, I'm with you. We do need to come together as one nation. We cannot continue to operate like this. I don't know why people think we can. We cannot. Right, many dops. You know, after a while, you'll notice like certain stuff. I may acknowledge you, but I won't just keep repeating the same stuff because some things sound crazy. Sounds crazy, you know? Nick says, sounds like everyone. I wanted to read Nick's comment. Sounds like everyone on here is dumb. Take an immigrant to your house. Nobody here says they want to take immigrants in their homes. Are you okay? Mm-mm. I do like to see some of these comments, though. Right, many doubts. Polarization is frightening for real. Justin O, please stop making comments like attacking people in the chat. Like, give your opinion, but please no personal attacks. Because it's not cool. Like, it's really not cool, right? Connor, please don't put links in my chat. Please be nice. Thank you, Many Dobbs. Okay, T Mill says, now this is interesting. Being one nation means one religion, one government. The Bible clearly speaks against that. Well, no, that's not exactly accurate. Like we don't want one we definitely don't want one world government, which is why a lot of us are absolutely against globalism. But a country should absolutely operate as a country. We don't need to be fighting each other when we have enemies who are like infiltrating, who are invading, who are plotting against our interests. We need to operate as one country. Like we can't just do that. Daniel's life, I totally agree. We should take care of our veterans and not illegals. I totally agree. TC said, what about the concept of giving us your poor, tired, and huddled masses? I think that still stands, but I do think that the poor, tired, and huddled masses need to come here legally. Right, Timber. No schoolyard cut downs. Be an adult. Well, just to know if she said that to you, then that's not nice either. So everybody be nice. No personal attacks. Can everybody be nice? Mike says, they said, no, you can't be here. They known what was going to happen. Who was here? I don't know what you're talking about, Mike Larry. You're confusing me. Right, Clifton English. Everywhere you go, there are rules, even if they're yours. Yeah, everybody has to follow the rules. No, Connor, I was asking you not to put links in my chat, honey. That's not nice. Hi, Sean. And I agree. I don't really think we should be taking care of anybody outside of our country, especially with the condition we're in now. We got way too much debt and too many issues within our own country to be like allocating money for other places. Hi, Gracie Atkin. Thank you. Please subscribe so you can come back. Praise, you don't have to be nice, but now you'll be blocked. Because I said what I said. Be nice. Okay, Galactic Star Seed Child. Hi. Says, I don't understand burning our flag, disrespecting our authorities, and disrespectful to American hosts. I don't get it either. I don't. Spouse wife says, yes, legally immigrate. I think that's the whole thing that's crazy, is seeing people think that we're saying no immigrants ever. We're saying do things legally. I don't know what's wrong with that. Rhonda, you know what? I put up with it because there's a lot of good people that come in, and sometimes you have to kind of throw a wide net so you can talk to good people. And unfortunately, the bad ones come in, but my moderators are like top tier. They got their wrenches and they're not playing. But I feel you, girl. John, I read my Bible daily. Me reading my Bible is not going to tell me that it's okay to break laws and just be, anarchist. Like, I don't think that's what's in my Bible. Maybe it's in yours. I don't know. Tim says that we can just talk. You might realize we have more. Thank you, Timber. Tim Burr. I love your name, and he's telling the truth. If we could just talk without people going around insulting everybody and name calling like you're being programmed to do, you would find out most of the people that you're yelling at and calling names, you have a lot in common with these people. And yes, none URBSNS. I don't know what that means, but I agree. We need to focus on us for a while. We got a lot going on, and it's not even that we're heartless or that we don't want to help people. You can you even the Bible tells you got to take care of home first. We're in trouble at home. We're in trouble at home. Lou City, of course I'm happy. Victoria says we can help people, but they have to do things the right way too. Yep, we do. We can help people, but everybody has to do things the right way. Mm-hmm. Great One says you won't stop complaining about money in America, so stop giving it away and close the 1013 military bases around the world. Do you know how many military bases Russia has outside the... Hey, but what Russia does is not our business. And it's not that we're complaining about money. We're discussing our money issues. The question is, if you're not American, why on earth are you so invested in the conversation? And if you are American, then you should absolutely be concerned about the money because it affects you too. Hi, Sabrina Oliver. So we were talking about the things that might have been good or might have been not so great in the big beautiful bill. The fact that one GOP representative said that the Department of Justice is looking into the Zohran guy that's the Democratic pick for governor of New York. And I didn't even get into the whole thing with Elon. Y'all, Elon is mad. He is very angry. Mm-hmm. Right, Daniel's Life, the children in foster care system. Like, we could go down the list of all the things that we need to worry about over here. Rhonda, what you mean the Bible is about devouring and conquering this foolishness? I don't understand what you mean. Because, we have to be very careful. The Bible is the word of God, and we're going to respect it over here. I don't mean no harm. You can worship whoever you want to. Just be aware that this is a Christian platform. And just like you wouldn't go to around people of other religions and disrespect, we're not disrespecting Christians or our beliefs over here for any reason. Literally never. Connor says, I'm not in the U.S. The U.S. economy affects the globe. It damages me too. Why are you calling Zohran a pig? Who? I didn't call that man no pig. What are you talking about? Connor, please don't tell lies on me. I didn't call that man anything. Okay, Tim says we need to make housing more affordable. I agree. Michelle says the mayor of New York, and he hasn't won yet. He won the What? Yeah, that's what I said. Great one. I don't care about. Matter of fact, let me get you out of here. Because, see, apparently you're here to cause confusion. I think you work for Satan. I think you work for Satan. Because I have an opinion about people that's the top 1%. Even if you're lying, even pretending to be one of those people, I think you work for Satan. So we're going to get you out of here. Mm-hmm. DC said Jesus is king. Amen. And we are in the end times. I agree. Yeah, repair and support. That's why I got the ladies I got. They are tough and on top of it. Mm-hmm. Okay. None your business. I figured out your name. It says Elon is no politician and shouldn't have been in the position he was outside of trimming fat as a businessman. I agree with that. I mean, he did a job, but I think that Elon thought his $288 million was going to purchase him a place in the U.S. government. He's mad, y'all. Elon is mad. Listen, we might walk outside tomorrow and Elon sent some robots to slash our tires or something. Because Elon is mad. Elon is angry with us, honey. Mm-hmm. And I agree with Michelle Lynn. Every bill has negotiations in life. You never get 100% either. That's true. Mm-hmm. Connor, I'm not going to be careful how I read the word of God. I'm not. You be careful. I'm not. I have faith and I'm going to take my faith and I'm going to pray before I study and I'm going to follow the word of God. That's what I'm going to do. Y'all not telling me what Rhonda's saying. What is Rhonda saying? If you read it right, it's talking about taking over land and no harm taking. I don't understand what you mean. Like, that's what I'm saying. If you want to give me a chapter and verse, I'll look it up so I can know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying. Right, Daniel's life. Jesus is the only way. Like, I don't, all that weird stuff. SJW, I am a Christian and I take the Bible literally. I absolutely do. Grace says other countries not only ask for help, they also come help us when we need it. Remember the LA fires? Girl, do you remember all the stuff that is going on in this country? Those people do not help us. Our citizens in Maui, in North Carolina, in Florida, when hurricanes come, when fires happen, they're not donating money to the U.S., but everybody's very, very comfortable collecting donations. Just saying. Okay, Connor, now you just lied on me because I didn't say nothing about a pig. I said the Democratic pick. So now you're going to go. It's giving agent of Satan. Get out of my chat. Frank, I don't care if I spelled his name wrong. He's not important to me. I hope that helps. I really don't care about his name. I just thought the story was interesting that the Department of Justice is going to look into his paperwork. And I'm like, whoa, that was wild for me. I didn't know that they could do that. MF, this is my actual hair. I'm not sure why it matters that it's my hair. I don't know anybody who would buy a wig with gray hair in it, but while we're talking about the country we live in and wanting all of us to be able to be one country and actually get along, but somehow my hair was like of utmost importance to you. That is super weird. Hey, Return of the Mag, how you been doing? SJW, don't do that. Don't say everybody who's Jewish works for Satan. That's not nice. I literally just said be nice. Don't do that. That's not nice. Hi, T Sachi. Okay, we have another Satanist in the chat. This SJW. Third strike, you're out. Hi, Bo. Hi, Gerald Fleming. Or Gerard Fleming, I'm sorry. Danny's Life says, I love America. It's my home. I know we have a lot of corruption, but there's no other country I'd rather be. I agree with you. I agree with you. Zach, I saw that Elon said he's starting his own party. I'm going to tell you something, though. I don't think that's going to work out for Elon. I don't think it's going to work out for him. Hi, Jacob Frisk. I think that conversation ended in November, didn't it? Y'all, Jacob say Trump or Kamala. I'm like, that conversation ended. Mm-hmm. Carisha, Elon is mad at all of us, okay? He's mad at everybody. Keith Miles said he mad at Trump, not us. I think that man is mad at everybody. Elon is pissed. He is pissed. I'm just like, sir, you are like a newcomer. You're here. You make your money here, but you don't get to tell the government what to do. You don't. Like, they gave you a job. Tisachi, I did look at Biden's Build Back Better bull crap. I sure did. I really picked it apart with a scalpel and a torch. Heavy on the torch. Mm-hmm. Silver Surfer, yes. Every bill affects the whole United States. I agree. And Elon will be fine, Michelle. Wait, TW, who says Elon is on drugs? Is Elon on drugs? I don't know. Right, DS, tell him, please misspell your curse word. Yep, blue bulls, just like that. So are y'all for real? Is Elon really on drugs? I didn't know that. Is he on drugs? Mexican firefighters came to help fight fires. Like, I literally have nothing to say about that, but okay. Hi, True Man. Hi, Romaine Loudon. I agree. Certain victims are helped. Mm-hmm. All I can say is I'm okay. So let's look at right, Grace. It's great to mention Mexico and Canadian firefighters, but are you gonna mention the amount of money these people get from the U.S. government? Like, I'm just saying. John Rangi, I'm gonna give you your first and last warning. Don't tell me how to read my scriptures. I have my faith, and I hope you have yours. Okay? I won't tell you how to study your Bible. Please don't tell me how to study mine. Just make sure you study it, okay? And be blessed. Mm-hmm. That's the best thing I can tell you. Just study and be blessed. I agree about what Michelle is saying. No tax on tips and overtime is going to be a game changer for many people. I agree. Wait, they say he's on ketamine. Ooh, I wonder if it's true. What real kids do say they think he's on shrooms. Oh, wow. John says if you think the Bible is literal, then when it says, let us create man, you would mean there are other gods, not just the Trinity. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and block you because you are an agent of Satan. Get up out of here. You not listen. You can talk about the government, and that's up for debate because those are humans, and humans make mistakes. What we're not ever going to do is come here to try to sow seeds of confusion about God's word. Ever. That is non-negotiable. Smoosh, they was telling me that they think Elon is on ketamine. I don't know if he is. That's what they said. I don't know. Keith Miles said, yeah, it's true. That's why him and Trump fell out. What? Over ketamine? See, there's another racist. It's giving Democrat. I just blocked one. By one. Yes, Romaine, agent of Satan. I call people out. I'm sorry. I'm warning y'all ahead of time. When I see people bringing in satanic agendas, I'm calling you out, and you're getting blocked. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that they were saying that man was on ketamine. I didn't know that. TW says that we can all go to Wendy's and all us sit down and talk. We would have a wonderful time. Most people are really cool. No, TW, not you. No, somebody came in with a racial slur again and I had to block them. Frank says yes. He even says it himself. What? But it's definitely not just ketamine. Also, the no tax on tips and overtime is capped at 25K. But that's still a help to people who are struggling, right? He's microdosing instead of taking antidepressants. Ooh. Mmm. Thank you, Toby Haynes. Because I don't play them games at all. Like, I'm a whole Baptist, honey. And I don't play like that. I think a lot of times as Christians, we're way too tolerant of people being satanic. And we err on the side of being polite instead of just calling things out and cutting it down. Right, Michelle. Not today, Satan. The minute Satan shows up, we're shutting it down. Thank you, TNSN5. I try to be nice. AK Cat says, where's everybody's closest Wendy's? Let's all go to Wendy's. Okay. Well, Craig, let's wait and see if they go up. Because the prices may go up anyway. But wouldn't it be better for people to have more of the money they actually work for in their pockets? Wouldn't it? I mean, I think so. Because I can't take care of everybody, can you? Our churches can't take care of everybody. We don't have enough food banks for everybody. So people do need to, I think, have more access to the money they work for. Okay, this one said he is the devil, so we're going to go ahead and block you. I'm going to believe you. I'm going to choose to believe you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Paul F., we're going to get rid of you. That might cut down on all the trolls if we just go ahead and block everybody we catch being demonic or satanic. Toby, I am a Floridian. I am from Ocala, Florida, horse country. And right now I am in Mississippi. My husband's job is in Mississippi, so I am in Mississippi and it is hot over here, okay? Repair and Support says if we deport millions, rent, food, and other costs will drop. The rule of supply and demand will be in full play. I agree. Mm-hmm. Ooh, Pahrump, Nevada. That's your closest Wendy's? Okay. Okay, Frank says, y'all, hold on. Let's be serious. Frank says, yes, definitely helps. I agree. But the bill truly hurts people but the rich. Just imagine diabetics and cancer patients losing Medicaid and Medicare. But it's not Medicare, it's Medicaid, right? And there were cuts, but I don't think they got rid of Medicaid. Like, I didn't read anything that says that Medicaid is gone. I didn't read that. Like I said, when I started, I'm gonna go back and look again because a few people have mentioned Medicare, and I didn't read cuts in Medicare, so I need to go back and read again. I'll admit that I am old and my eyes are tired, and I have been sewing for like days straight. So, I could have missed it, so I'll go back and look again. Oh, now Michelle Lynn says, plus as servers, they do a lot of side work and don't get paid for it, and that's not cool either. I know TW. Gourmet Fitness says, you make no sense. I'm not reading anything after that because we're all just discussing and sharing our ideas. So if your inclination is to walk in and insult, I just have no patience today. We're just going to block you. Danny, that's a good question. I don't know how much the tariffs are going to pay. I don't know. Deanne Ryan, hey. Deanne said, just another rich guy who's mad he didn't get what he paid for. I agree. Listen, Deanne, I was thinking it, but you said it. I think what's going on with Elon is he put all that money in not because he really wanted to support. I think he thought his money was going to influence and give him like undue control, and it didn't happen. He's mad. Mm-hmm. He's mad. Hi, Snowy Melody. I think that's how you say your name. Armoy, yes, Jesus is Lord. Mm-hmm. Cassandra, you married a Floridian? Well, congratulations to you. Mm-hmm. Michelle, I am from Ocala, Florida. The home of Hits, the horse show in the sun. Okay. DN says no to alligator Alcatraz. What do y'all think about alligator Alcatraz? I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself. Hi, Eugene. I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself. What do y'all think about alligator Alcatraz? TW, you're from Atlanta? All right. I went to college in Atlanta. Y'all almost moved to Daytona. I love Daytona. My my father had a place over in Ormond Beach, which is like right next to Daytona. Hey, Karen Guzman. I think it's a secure facility, Brian Toller. I absolutely think it's secure. I didn't see anything that was so outdone. Um, the location is scary. I hope nobody tries to run away. Okay, break time daydream. Thank you for that info. I don't think it is very different from prisons, to be honest. Prayers for safety says, how is alligator Alcatraz different from prison? I don't think that it's very different at all. I don't think that many of those facilities are different than prisons. And mind you, I worked as a nurse in Florida Department of Corrections for about close to 17 years. So I think that, kind of when you break the law, you may end up in a prison or something close to a prison. It just didn't look that bad to me. I just was like, the location is a little scary. It looked a little scary. Blue Bull says, love alligator Alcatraz. I think some of my best friends are planning to vacation there. I'm trying to arrange travel arrangements. You crazy. None of your business says there are literal tents in a swamp. Did you watch the video where they toured the facility? Because it looks pretty safe. I think it looks safe. Hi, Jerry Guthrie. Joshua Stacy says gators hibernate in the winter. They're about to start filling those beds. Tom Homan said they're about to start filling those beds, and I don't think they're waiting till winter. It seems a little scary. It seems a little scary, I'm being honest. TNSN, thank you. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, okay? Nice meeting you too. Please come back. What Real Kids Do says he thought Trump was a fool. They said he overstayed his welcome. Elon was showing up at Mar-a-Lago acting like a fool, and a lot of Trump's friends had to pull Trump aside and say he gotta go. I can dig it. None of your business says in the middle of a hurricane-prone peninsula. Now, let's say this, right? That does sound funny, and I'm not laughing at them. I'm just saying. Anthony, I don't think any of us in here have ever been to Alligator Alcatraz. It's not open yet. They just built it. But this is what I'm going to say to you, right? About the hurricanes and whatever. I don't know what their protocol is going to be, because how could I, right? But what I think is, and what I know to be true, working in Florida prisons, when a hurricane is coming, we do have protocols to keep people safe. So I think if they know something's coming, that they will bust the people out to the nearest facility. I think it'll be okay. Because we do have early warning. Like, hurricanes are not like tornadoes. They don't just drop out of the sky and like, woo, we got you. If it's a hurricane, you're going to know, right? Tim Burr says the holding facility, they go in front of a judge and then they're deported. But yeah, like, it's a detention center. So you can't expect that it's going to be like, the Hilton or something. I don't know, Michelle, how long they're going to be staying there. Blue Bulls, I didn't even address it. I am a Florida native, and as far north as Ocala, we will get a couple of cold days, but we don't really have winter like everybody else. T. Davis, why on earth would I go to Alligator Alcatraz? I'm past the age of working, and I'm a citizen, so why on earth would I be there? Zoe said no air conditioner. Yeah, that if you want to get me to have like a bleeding heart or to feel bad at all, Zoe, that's the way to hit me where it hurts. There's no AC. Then, and only then, will you get me to say, you know what, that's a little tough. Cause I can't imagine not being with an air conditioner. I'm still having hot flashes. At that point, I might take my chances with the Gators. If a hot flash hits in that kind of heat and I ain't got no AC. Hey, Anthony Williams. Okay, prayer for safety said yes, definitely scary, but I think it'll be less likely, for a breakout. I agree. Yes, I was making good money as a nurse in Department of Corrections. I also tore my legs up. My legs are no good anymore. Mm-hmm. My knees, especially. And then, I started, like, the older I got, the gout started being an issue too. So it was the arthritis in the knees, the wear and tear. I was at Lowell Correctional and Region 3. And so it was a lot of running uphill and downhill and dragging gurneys, dragging inmates. And my body is beat up. I'm old. Okay. So I made good money, but I paid for it in health concerns, right? You say, I heard it has all the comforts of home, just more secure. It is air conditioned. Okay. Whoo. Listen, you scared me because I'm thinking that kind of heat with no AC. Wee. Listen, you can't avoid snakes in Florida. You can't. Tim Burr says most illegals will self deport. I hope they would. Why would you want to stay in, uncomfortable, scary conditions? Hi, James Dillon. Right, TW, we are in summer. Michelle Lynn says, yeah, DeSantis made it pretty clear they're going to come in over here. They're going to stay over here. They're going to walk over there, get on a plane and fly out. Pretty straightforward. All right, Breeze, let's get you out of here. Apparently, y'all, Breeze thinks we're in a cult if we have a conversation with each other and we're not arguing and, insulting people. It was also included in that catastrophic bill that Medicaid, along with Medicare, is going to be cut. I only saw Medicaid cuts, mainly for illegals. That's what I saw. James Dillon says, say it walking. What you want him to say? What you want him to say, James? Um, ooh, Conjure Scott says they go gator hunting in their airboat back there, where the alligator Alcatraz is. Juliana Mahan, girl, you crazy. Juliana says, and the alligator is waiting for them to fill the beds too. Mm, I feel you, none of your business. She feels bad for the illegals. I mean, I do believe that we should always temper justice with mercy, but I also believe like we have to be honest about the fact that sometimes detention and things like that are not pleasant. Eugene says tornadoes come through there all of a sudden with bad weather. You can't get them out that quick and tap that place is dangerous. That's true too, but tornadoes can fall on any prison or any detention camp, no matter where it is. But I was talking about the hurricane part. Like hurricanes, you got early warning. Mm-hmm. Now, Drifty Turtle, hi, welcome. Drifty says, wait. I mean, some of the people being deported do not deserve that. LOL. Well, I don't think, how do I put it? Prisons, detention, all that stuff, it's never nice, right? So very few people that I would say deserve this or that. I just think that some things can't be avoided because you do have to be processed and deported. I also feel like you can't have it both ways, right? If they just start putting people on the planes and kicking them out, take their picture, get their thumbprint, check their ID and put them out, then you'll have people saying, oh, they never saw a judge. So either you want them to be somewhere while they're waiting to see the judge, or you don't, because they got to go somewhere. Timber says the maximum time is 8 days. 8 in alligator Alcatraz. So that's not bad, right? Michelle Lynn, tell them again. Floridians, we are hurricane professionals. Harold Wilson said there is AC. Thank you, Harold, because that's scary to me, okay? Ask any lady with hot flashes. We do not want to hear a peep about an air conditioner breaking or not being there. You too, Rhonda. Please come back. Right, TW? No AC in South Florida, girl. I would rather have a tea party with those gators. Drifty, your car doesn't have AC? Oh, wow. Mm-mm. Right, RF. They told me there's AC. I feel happy again. There's air conditioning. There's air conditioning. Nobody's gonna melt. Okay. All right. Prayers for Safety says, what do you think? This is for all of y'all. This is not just for me. So y'all chime in to Prayers for Safety question. What do you think of them celebrating Pride at Trump Towers? I thought he was against all that BS. That makes me second guess him being for two genders. Okay, I'm gonna answer, but y'all answer in the chat too. I don't know what to think of it because I don't know that much about the genders. I know they made up a bunch of genders and stuff. I don't know what that has to do with the pride thing of it all. It's all confusing to me. Did he attend the celebration? Did he allow them to just celebrate? Was him making the two genders just so to get everybody back to normal, or was that supposed to abolish all the gay people? Like, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't understand anything about the whole rainbow LGBT two gender. I'm honestly, I'm at a loss. I love everybody and I want you to be saved. That's all I can say. I love you and Jesus loves you and I want you to be saved. I don't know nothing else. Hey, Latory Woods. Ooh, Tim says apple cider vinegar for gout. Try it. You know, I take a shot of apple cider vinegar every day, but I didn't know it would help with that. I started getting the cherry extract and eating more cherries and then getting magnesium because that's supposed to be good too. I don't know. I'm trying everything. Ooh, spouse wife says I'm in South Georgia with no AC in my truck, but that's the best I can do right now. I understand. Girl, if you were closer to Mississippi, I got a car out there that I don't drive. I would let you have it. Because I tried to give it to my daughter, but then she insisted that I buy her another truck, and it's a Acura MDX. And I don't drive anymore because my nerves have gotten so incredibly bad. Girl, the last time I got on the road, I literally had an anxiety attack. I had to pull over. I felt like I was about to cry. I had to call hubby to come get me. If you live close, I would let you have it so you wouldn't be burning up in that truck. Well, thank you, Latory. Thank you, Lucian. Sarah K. say the hateful unkindness these days I will never accept for me or anyone else. Well, you shouldn't. Don't accept any unkindness. Hi, Christopher. Okay, Prayers for Safety said I went to Florida in 99 and ended up with sun poisoning, so I don't want to go back. It's tough, girl. What's funny is my oldest daughter she gets sun poisoning and she was born and raised there. Ooh, RF says there's plenty of snakes in Washington. I know that's right. Nunya says there's over 20 million illegals, most of whom have lived here for more than 10 years. So that means if you're about to get deported and you've been breaking the law for over 10 years, why complain? You've been getting away with it for over 10 years, right? If Tom Homan picks them up, they're gonna leave. You've seen quite a few of them crying and talking about they've been here 40 years and they were still being put on those planes. So it don't matter how long you've been here. That guy that was married to the girl from RHOA, Portia Williams, Simon Guabadia, he been over here for way more than 10 years, and right now he's been deported back to Nigeria. So it don't matter how long you've been breaking the law. If they get you, you're gone. Hey, Sandra. What real kids do is crazy. Said don't sleep on foreigners. Alligators don't scare them. Not trying to sound funny, but they are very in tune to the environment and wildlife. Yeah, you gotta know Florida wildlife though. I think it'll be interesting to see if they can negotiate with those gators. Mm-hmm. Hey, Raj. Right. Prayers for Safety said if they're here illegally, they should go back. What's the difference between America asking for papers and Mexico demanding papers? You know what the difference is? People feel entitled to American kindness. They feel entitled to break American laws, and it's really getting crazy. And the OA, I'm in ignorance to all that stuff because I don't care about it. Right? I don't care. Hope that helps. Thank you, Lamont. The only thing that I'm interested in is you're a human and I love you and I hope that you're saved. Like that's I don't need to know any of that other stuff. And this one here, let's get rid of you. We got another agent of Satan. I don't understand and I don't care to. I don't need to. I don't have to understand all that weird stuff to love you. I can love you without studying all that weird crap. Like I'm just not interested. T. Davis says the pride thing is the same as South African immigrants being welcomed and not black or brown ones. I'm confused. When did that happen? Because I know a lot of black immigrants and, as you say, brown immigrants who are legal and they're welcome. I'm confused. ELTW vinegar is good for everything. Okay, none of your business. Who you talking to? Thank you, Lamont. So because Lamont complimented me, you decided to insult me? She did the same as I did and let it go to hell. Girl, if you let yourself go to hell, that's you. Because according to my husband, he's very happy with what he took home all those years ago. He's not complaining. So now you're out. Hey, Prince of Peace. Don Dillinger said, who's going to cut the grass? My husband. And who's going to clean the toilets? My husband. And I pick my own fruit. Thank you. Oh no, none of your business says I have PTSD and anxiety from driving, been in a near fatal accident, so I understand. Girl, let me tell you something. Um, I personally never had a near fatal accident. I don't know what happened to me. My father died in 2013. And after my dad died, I don't know what happened. It's like at first, it wasn't all the time. At first, it was only when I tried to drive at night. And then it just like over time it just got worse. It got to where if the traffic was heavy, I would have to pull over and wait for traffic to calm down. And as long as the streets were not extremely heavy, then I would be okay. And I was in Houston at the time, Houston, Texas. So Houston traffic is gnarly. But I would be okay like on surface roads and feeder roads as long as the traffic wasn't bad. And I would get super anxious anytime I had to get on 59 or if I had to get on 288 because my church was like in Third Ward, like close to downtown. So every time I got on like the highways to go anywhere outside of my part of Houston, my nerves would be bad. And then after a while, I just got to where I couldn't do it at all. I just couldn't do it. And I don't know what happened. Maybe it was stress or something. But whatever it was, it just really got bad. Steve Trieber says 10 years, 10 months shouldn't matter. I agree. And this one's, oh, you think you're safe, but you're not. Let's get you out of here. Ultra Fire says American traditions and American values. I agree. Hi, Roosevelt Crawford. Nice to meet you, too. And TW, no, we cannot fix it overnight. Misspell your cuss words, okay? Hey, Stephanie. What can I say about him, T. Davis? Like, some of y'all are weird. And I'm not trying to be insulting, but some of y'all are really weird. T. Davis is saying there's nothing to say about the white South African immigrants. What can I say? They brought them in. What could I do to stop them? What on earth would you like me to do? I've made it very clear I don't have a problem with any immigrants. I just think you should come here legally or not at all. I don't care. It doesn't make me any difference. Mm-mm. And I think they should come with the expectation that you're going to work and take care of yourself, and the system is not going to take care of you. As long as you're willing to work, I don't really have a problem with anybody. Y'all make sure y'all being nice in the chat. Spouse, wife, girl, I like you. You are funny. You're right, too. Corey Lucas said, I seen Chicago area said third term abortion is okay. Don't think God would like that. I agree. He probably wouldn't like it. But they got freedom of choice, right? Hey, zooming around. Hey, Chigozie. Welcome. Let's get this person out of here. Ultrafire says legal immigrants will gladly cut the grass and pick the fruit. That's true. And they can demand a fair wage because they're not working under the table. Oh, Victoria, don't mention it. I need to weed so bad. Okay, so Victoria, this is off topic, but y'all gonna be okay. Tell me this, because I have one area that I have not planted yet. I want to kind of leave it for later to plant. But I heard, let me know if you heard anything like this. I heard that white vinegar is really good for killing weeds because I got this one bed that I want to plant. I planted one bed already, but it's one bed I want to plant, and the weeds are aggressive. Like when I say aggressive, girl, they are aggressive. Have you heard or do you know anything about white vinegar killing weeds, you know, in beds that you want to plant in? Paulina Zappeto says come here legally or don't come at all. I agree. I feel like if you really like America, you would be happy to come here legally. Because what other reason would you have not to? Thank you, Ultra Fire. You know what? And I'm going to say this too. Okay. Let me say this real quick. Hey, Manny. Oh, Debbie says vinegar and Dawn soap. Bet. Hey, Triple C's. Triple Cis or Triple C's. Let me say this too. Right? This is something that I feel like we need to address because we're really screwing ourselves with this. And I'm saying we because I'm a part of it with y'all. Joshua says 47% white vinegar and a second and third dose may be needed. A new weed killer called Spruce is all natural and we sell a lot at Ace. Thank you, Joshua Stacy. Okay. Ooh, No says it gets rid of flies and the Dawn and vinegar. Okay, because we were barbecuing on the 4th. Papa was at the grill, and those mosquitoes ate me alive. They ate me alive. It was so bad. But listen, this is the thing I want to say before we wrap it for today, because y'all know I love to come in here and hang out with you guys and talk about everything and get everybody's opinions, right? But this whole racism, let's make racial comments toward white people, black people stuff, we got to stop it. And I'm going to tell you why. Like, this is real talk for Americans. If you're not American, maybe this conversation don't apply to you, but hear me out. Americans, we got to stop it. We are screwing ourselves doing this stuff publicly. And the reason I'm saying that is because people from the outside looking in, they walk into our country, they walk into our situations, and they assume because they see us constantly bickering and fighting with each other that they can come here, they can be lawless, they can break the law, and then they expect one group of us to help them against the other group of us, when the reality is it's just us. Americans, it's just us. Like, literally, I don't know who needs to hear this, but I think a lot of people do. We cannot take, oh, that's what that means, spouse, wife? Okay, bet. When they pop back up, I know what to do. We got to stop it. We have got to stop it, because people literally are getting the impression, because they see this whole black people, white people bickering all the time stuff, that they can come here and break the law. They see the government is primarily white. So they figure we can come here, we can break the law, we can do whatever. And black Americans, y'all come out and help us break the law. No. The answer is no. Because the truth of the matter is those people don't like us. And I don't know, again, who needs to hear this, but those people don't like us. They don't like black Americans. They don't like white Americans. They don't like Americans. Period. There is no, oh, they come here and Gigolo J, you are crazy. They will come here and tear our whole country up. They will come here and start doing all manner of nonsense. And it's not like, oh, we're only going to harm this group of people, or we're only going to harm that group of people. They see all of us as their problem. They see all of us as the reason why where they live is like it is. Okay? Those people do not like us. They do not love us. They do not mean us well. You have to think. Timber, I understand that there's black Americans in Congress. What I'm saying is we're talking about the outside view of this country. People who don't live here with us, they don't know us. They think they know us. These people will literally get online and argue with Americans about our country, our morals, our ideals, our history. They don't know anything about us, and they hate all of us. We have to stop it. Look at them in the chat. You don't mean yourselves well. Look at them. Keep telling y'all, like, wake the hell up. Wake the hell up. All we got is us. We got to stop this crap. We got to stop it. The fact that they can come into certain neighborhoods and they're waving their flags like this is their country. They're making a statement. They did not come here to be a part of us. They came here to bring their stuff here and to erase us. Y'all had better wake up. You had better wake up. And we have got no bigger wake up call than what's going on right now on social media, with people yelling, oh, we're sick of the black Americans. They won't come out here and protest with us. Honey, we're American. Why on earth would we come out there to help you break the law, to tear up the country we have to live in? Why would we do that? Does that make sense? There is no, oh, they don't like the government, but they like you. They don't like us. We are Americans, and at some point you're going to have to figure out, that one country, we got one country. Right, Sunny's Galaxy, they don't like us or respect us. And they talk out of both sides of their necks. Look at this one, Ara Oto, who said go back to Africa to you. What's funny is if you sit down with Americans, we got way more in common with them than we ever will with you. Ever. Because we're not talking about, Mickey Joe and Cletus the slack-jawed yokel. We're talking about regular, everyday Americans. We don't have no problem with each other. We don't. We simply don't. These people come here, they talk out of both sides of their necks. Thank you, Kevin. Out of one side of their neck, oh, the government is our enemy. They're hurting us. Come help us. We're just protesting. Then you look on the news, they're throwing rocks at law enforcement vehicles and setting stuff on fire. Thank you, CE. Make sure you subscribe and come back. Okay? Thank you, David K. I'm sure I have a lot in common with you, too. Out of one side of their neck, they're saying that, burning stuff, tearing up stuff. Out of the other side of their neck, oh, Black Americans, you're the problem because you won't come help us, and you're lazy, and you're disgusting, and you're the... Hey, man, at the end of the day, it sounds like you don't like Americans at all. You don't like the American government. You don't like American people. Like, literally, that's why I keep saying, pay attention, y'all. Pay attention, y'all, to what's really going on. These people do not like us. Why on earth are we fighting with each other over people that don't like us? Are we good? Are we okay? Thank you, TJLBs. Listen, look at this one. In common with whites, with the rednecks who told you to go back to Africa, well, guess what? If they are rednecks, Ara Oto, they're our rednecks. This is America. And you know what else? If you don't like our rednecks in America, don't come to America. Because they're a part of America. We understand them and we get along. We understand each other. We're fine. These are the same people. Hey, Lady Queen, welcome. These are the same people who will sit around and denigrate everything about us. Oh, our culture is so bad it's going to infect their children. The government is evil. If they see white people, oh, they're racist, they're MAGA. If they see black people, they're black, they're lazy. But wait, let me dress and act and talk just like them at the same time. And then when the law is being enforced, hey, you black people, come out here and, let us use you as human shields while we throw rocks at the police and burn down your towns. We are Americans, period. Most of us here come from, if not military families, families who at least have some military personnel. I come from a military family. I'm talking daddy and granddaddies, both granddaddies, okay? So in my mind, you don't get to tell an American that we don't have a right to defend and stand by our countries. You look crazy. You sound crazy. You are an enemy of the country that we have to live in. They come here and tell us how our way of life ain't no good and our food is no good and we eat poison, and that may be true. We're still fighting with that. We're still fighting with that. But the fact remains, this is our country. This is where we live. This is where we live. This is all we got. We can't go anywhere else. They don't love us. They will not welcome us. They don't want us. They don't. So in reality, y'all are going to have to stop it. Those of you who still have it like stuck in your chest that we still got time to be doing this race bickering, because at this point, it ain't even no real fight no more. Now it's just attitudes and insults. And the truth of the matter is, we can't afford it. We can't afford it anymore. We can't. Our enemies are like not even at the door. Biden let them in the house. So we don't really have room to bicker and argue with each other. Hey, Ed, we don't. We got to stop it. We really have to stop it. Devin says, I'm married to an African woman, so why we judge other people, the person who is the judge? Yeah, Jesus is the judge, and Jesus also gave you common sense. We need to stop bickering with each other. People are doing a lot of the things that they're doing to us right now because we've given them the wrong impression. We have presented the impression that there are two Americas, and there's not. There's not. Right, Chris Studios. Or is that Sirius or Chris? Is that Sirius Studios? One Nation. That's all we got. We don't have time. Like we just can't afford it. Like at this point, I feel like we have bickered for what, 400 years? Since before they actually formed in America. We've been bickering like long enough. Like at this point, anybody who didn't win an argument, you're not going to win. It's been hundreds of years at this point. Let it go. Like honestly, let it go. Let it go. Kelly says, just being real, it seems like black people don't want to hear about white apologies. Am I seeing it straight? Yeah, it's no point in apologies. Let's just move forward. Let's move forward. Girl, do you realize people are paying for groceries on Afterpay? We don't have time to dwell on the past, bicker, argue. You don't need to come do no apologies. Let's figure out how to balance the budget, or at least get it close to balance, so we can all live, because we all have children. We all have mortgages, okay, and property taxes, and paying tuition for these children to go to school, and we got real things happening. We don't have time. We can't afford it anymore. We got to stop. We literally have to stop. Well, thank you, Maggie. Victoria said they want our money and freedoms, nothing more, but I love my fellow Americans. Yeah. And all of us had better figure out how to love our fellow Americans real quick, too. Real quick. Right, Romaine? See, this is what I was saying when I first got on here. The powers that be, they don't want us to get along. They benefit as long as we stay fighting with each other. As long as there's this illusion of two Americas, they benefit. One nation. We got to stop that. My father fought here. Both of my grandfathers fought here. Here. In this place. Most of us in here talking have been in this country for generations. We got people that have fought in every single war in this country. So why on earth are we fighting each other over people who have no skin in the game? People who have no blood in the game? This is our country. That's it. That's it. The past is the past. It is what it is. We all we got. Now, we might be looking right now like the bad news bears. I know we look a little raggedy, but we're all we got. We don't have time to fight with each other anymore. Like, call it a day. When you catch somebody doing it, call them out on it. If you catch somebody using a racial slur or saying something stupid, call them out on it. And I see all that Texas was Mexico. Guess what? It was a war. You lost. So either engage us in another war to fight and get it back, or go away. This is America. Christians say, why you got to say black? Because I'm black. I am black and I am American. I don't have to pretend not to be black to be American. Black is a part of this country's story as much as everybody else. Like, you're literally here talking to somebody who's the daughter of a soldier. Like, are you good? I'm an American. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. And I think we need to get something in our heads up here. Be proud to be what you are. Like, somebody fought for you to be here. Somebody bled for you to be here. Oh, wow, Kelly. My heart goes out to you, girl. Somebody fought for us to be here. Like, we didn't just spring up out of the ground. We didn't. There were lives lost. There were mothers. There were wives. There were mothers and wives who had to get that knock on the door with a folded flag in order for us to be here. So, like, cut the crap. And look at this idiot. Self-hatred is real. You know what? I don't curse, but honey, you are a donkey. My father fought for us to be here. So did my grandfather. So did both of my grandfathers. So no, you don't get to say that a black person who loves their country has self-hate. You're very stupid. There's a lot of black blood in this ground. A whole lot of it. I don't know many people who suffered more than black people on this ground. So the idea that any idiot is trying to cause dissension and foolishness, saying stupid stuff like, if you're black and you love your country, it's self-hatred. You're an idiot. But God bless you. We got to stop fussing and fighting with each other. We got to. We got to stop fussing and fighting with each other. We can no longer afford to do it. We can no longer afford to do it. Hey, Marcella. Girl, I got to call you. How you been? Right, Maggie. Every corner of this place. So we got to learn how to get along. And to be honest, I don't care how you do it. Look at this idiot. Here's another one. The good old Penelope. Miss Penelope playing a black card. You're an idiot. I literally just got through saying, we got to stop the stupidity. We don't have time. Any idiot you catch screaming somebody's playing a black card, if they're in your circle, call them out. Because that's the stuff. Cambria Fowler, hey boo. That's the stuff that keeps us bickering amongst each other, and why these people on the outside think that they can just infiltrate, because they see two different Americas, and it's only one. Oliver Kent says, what everything you said made no sense. You were leaning the whole guy. Child, listen, let's go on and get you blocked too. You're probably a tether. Nah, Bean, she don't have to explain. I blocked her. Now she don't have to worry about it. Like, honestly, we got to stop this. We got to stop it. Cambria said they mad because I'm right. Yeah, they're definitely mad because I'm right. Because some people, there are certain people and certain factions who benefit from us fighting with each other. And we got to cut it out. We got to cut it out. Marcella said people want the hate. God is love. Amen. Hi, Nikki Anderson. Thank you, sis. Oliver Kent, you mean to tell me you don't even know what I'm saying that we have to stop, and you're trying to insult me? Is it drugs that you're on? I said what we got to stop doing is bickering between each other as Americans. We can no longer afford to sit up and be casually racist, to be casually prejudiced, to casually attack each other based on lineage, based on complexion. We can't afford it anymore. Like, are you asleep? Do you not see that we have Biden literally let our enemies in the door? These people are literally trying to dismantle America from the inside. The only America we have to live in. There's no maybe you all think there's a separate America that we can pick up and move to if they destroy this one. We have to have somewhere to live. This is all we have. This is all we have. And I'm telling you the truth. I am not going to tolerate the nonsense. I'm not, because it's just stupid at this point. Arnold, hey Arnold, says, I agree. We're all Americans. We should all come together and stand up for all other Americans. Race does not matter. Not anymore. Not anymore. We can't afford it. Not anymore. We've been bickering for 400 years. If we ain't fixed it by now, it ain't going to be fixed. We got to move forward. Oliver Kent says, oh, yep, you right. You got it. What you said before sounded opposite. Okay. Well, yeah. Just ask what's going on, because I'll tell you I'm friendly. Right, CC Katzman. We are all the same, but they want to separate us from each other. Right. Like, I get it to a certain degree. And look at this one. This JC person. Let's go and get you blocked because you're slow. To a certain degree, I get it, right? Yo mama says race matters when there are hate groups. My point, yo mama, is when you see somebody being hateful, call them out. I'm not saying that your race doesn't matter. What I'm saying is racial arguing, bickering, and animus is irrelevant, and it doesn't serve us any purpose. It has not helped us, and it's not going to help us. Like, we've been in the same pot for hundreds of years at this point. We are more alike than we're different at this point. We have very few differences. I think I know we started off this journey because America is still a young country considering, all the other players on the board, right? We started off very different. But in no way can you be using common sense and think that you can live in close proximity with another group of people for 200, 300, 400 years, and you're not going to develop kinship and similarities. We have more in common with each other than we do with anybody else out there. And I'm telling you, everybody else out there, they don't like us. They don't love us. The fact that we're free, it offends them. The fact that the American public will actually stand up to their government, it pisses them off because they aren't going to do it. They don't have the balls to do it, and their government ain't going to let them do it. They don't like the fact that we will fight for ourselves. They demand help from us, but at the same time, they're pissed off because we're able to help them. Think for 1 minute, we do not have not real allies. We have people who call themselves allies because they want money from us. I agree, Bean Smeller. Stop with the Israel stuff. Because I'm really, truly, in my heart, America first. Really, truly, in my heart, America first. I don't care about them other folks. I don't, because they don't care about us. Thank you, Cece, for subscribing. Queena says they want to keep us silent. Yeah, they want us to be quiet, and they don't want us to talk to each other. That's why there's this little insidious, subliminal programming that the minute you determine that somebody thinks different, you're supposed to just start attacking them and calling names and stuff. Don't fall for it. Arnold says, absolutely. After traveling the world, I have seen we Americans are very much alike. Until our poorest have gold toilets, we need to focus on each other and not uninvited immigrants. Thank you. That's all I'm saying. Wicked Integrity says, I agree, America first. You got that right. Listen, look, we got us another one, child. Dennis Stamminger, but you are broke. You need America too. And we're going to block you because it's giving you're not American. Let me tell you something. One thing about Americans is that we actually support and we applaud hard work. We expect people to work hard. We respect people that work hard. This is one place where we have so many people that started off with nothing and worked their way up to being millionaires, and some of them have made it to billionaires and billionaire status and stuff like that. This is a place where we absolutely, this person calling himself the Antichrist, let's get you out of here. Told y'all we blocking all agents of Satan today on site. We literally like promote hard work. We respect people better when we can see their work. We like it. We love it. We love to see people who work hard. So please know, for those of you who are foreigners, who are outsiders looking in, you telling an American, because I'm not broke, but if I was, I would not be ashamed, because that is the American story, honey. We are the story of the people who were in the dust bowls, and the people who were in the hollers in West Virginia, the coal miners, the slaves, the sharecroppers, the railroad workers. Like, that is the American story. So for those of you outsiders who think that throwing words around that you don't really understand is going to insult an American, it's not. It's not. Because the only reason I'm not broke to the outsiders is because I had a father who worked really hard. He was a veteran, and after that he bought trucks and drove trucks. And shout out to the truck drivers, because this whole country moves by truck. This whole country moves by truck. So I'm not poor and broke because I had a father who worked hard. And that's generally what Americans do. We work hard. We do. So it is what it is. Spouse wife says her hubby's a truck driver. You dang on right. You are dang on right. This is who we are. This is who we are. And you know what else? We love who we are. And for those people who do not love who we are, you don't love what we are, you don't love what we're made of, then maybe our country is not for you. Just give it a thought. Maybe our country is not for you, and that's okay too. But we work hard over here, and we're not ashamed of people who start off poor. We're not ashamed of people who don't have a whole bunch of education. We're not ashamed of people who had to, as the young people say, get it out of the mud. But for those people who have such a negative attitude and impression and commentary about American people, then maybe this might not be the best place for you, because guess what? If you come over here, it's full of Americans. All different colors too. And we're not going anywhere, and you're not taking over. Just for the record. Right, Ashley. She said all these people in their feelings and you just speaking facts. Girl, because they, listen, when you see that, it's people who are not a part of us. They don't belong to us. They don't belong with us. And they want us to fight each other so they can, clean up the spoils. Darling Nikki says, exactly, we are hardworking American people. You got doggone right. That's right, Norma. Without truckers, we're nothing. Thank you, Jonah Clay. What's funny is it's like people who don't know us, they literally have this pie in the sky idea of what America is. And they think it's all, swimming pools and movie stars, like the Beverly Hillbillies. And they don't realize that a lot of the stuff that they see and they envy and they covet is a result of somebody getting their hands really dirty. That's what they don't get. Somebody had to get their hands really dirty for all that stuff that they're coveting. It's crazy, but it's true. Oliver says, yes, 2025, all the cultures got to get over themselves. Celebrate your culture within your own circles or those that like it, but don't ram it down other people's ears. that don't care. Yeah, all cultures are equal. At the end of the day, we're Americans. Put that first. Well, put God first. Okay? But remember that. Yep, Sierra, truckers and farmers. Doggone right. Doggone right. Right, it's actually hard work. It's not easy. Tim Burr says, I'm poor and I love this country, and this country loves you right back. Because most people in this country were not born rich. You got a lot that were, but most people in this country were not born rich. My father did very well for us, but he was number 2 out of 14 children in Ocala, Florida, in Mount Canaan, where they farmed and they worked and they didn't have a whole lot of anything. So it's a whole lot of us that are here that are a result of people who didn't have a whole lot. So to me, that's not much of a insult, in my opinion. Yes, Michelle Gonzalez, God bless America. That's right, Brad. Oh, Bradley Lasher, you Ocala in the house. That's right. Proud Ocalan. Mm-hmm. That's right, Patriot. Says I want to earn my own and own my path, even if it's hard. I don't want handouts. Right. We don't need it. We'll leave that to the people who flee. Final thought. Don't let the people who flee cause us fighters to fight with each other. I'm going to say that one more time because I want y'all to really catch this. Don't allow the people who flee to get those of us who are fighters to fight with each other. Never forget that. These are people who ran from their homes. They ran. We're here because we're fighters. Every last one of us. We're fighters. And true indeed, there was a part of our history in this place that we had to fight with each other. And y'all know it. We had to fight with each other. It wasn't always cool. And sometimes it ain't cool now. Because we still have, as much as we got in common, we still got differences. But one thing about Americans is that we're fighters. We fought to have what we have. In order for it to be in America, they had to fight England to get independence. They fought in the War of 1812. They fought at the frickin' Alamo. We fought everywhere. To have what we have, we got it fighting. Same for Black Americans. Everything we have, we fought. And this Brooke person, you can get the hell out my chat, and I mean it. Everything we have, we fought. Everything. We are fighters. We survived because we're fighters. Don't allow people who flee to have fighters fighting with each other. Because at the end of the day, they're envious because we are fighters. And now they want to come and benefit from what the hell we fight, what we fought to create. Look at them, Mexican bandit, race politics. No, dummy. What we're saying is we're not doing any more race politics. We're Americans over here. That's the whole point. And that's why you're blocked. We're Americans. We no longer have the luxury. Right, Frank? And sometimes we're still fighting. But we no longer have the luxury to bicker with each other. We don't. We're Americans. We're the fighters. America first. Because everything we fought to have, they want to come in and cause us to fight with each other so they can just take over and reap where they did not sow. This is our home, not theirs. If you want to be a part of us, come in the right way. If you don't want to come in the right way, don't come. Don't come. Simple as that. Simple as that. So listen, that's it. Shout out to everybody. I enjoyed our chat. Thank you to all of my beautiful moderators, all of these lovely ladies. Um, and thank y'all for keeping the chat interesting. Thank y'all for keeping the chat, you know, open, because everybody got different ideas and everybody's always welcome over here. The only thing that's not welcome is disrespect, um, to each other, to me, or to my God. Okay? Him first. So listen, y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Okay? And we'll be back again. I don't come every day, but we'll be back again and we'll have more conversations about what our government is doing and what we think about it and all of that good stuff. Okay? So y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. If you're new, please like this video, please subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification bell so we can hang out another time. Okay? Bye, guys.